to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Dr. Shannon Lundeen, who is the new president of Stevens College. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing well. It is good to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Good to have you in Columbia.
Yes, I'm very happy to be in Columbia. Some people have asked me questions of how could you move from Denver to Columbia? Easy, because that's where Stevens is, but also I'm from the Midwest originally, so it doesn't feel like such a far cry from home.
Okay.
It's about 6 hours from where I grew up.
And you can always visit Denver.
Yes.
Right?
I can always visit Denver, especially because, and this is not a plug for United, but they are bringing back a direct flight from Columbia to Denver starting September 25th.
They are, and you can easily get there now very quickly, fly COU, right?
Yep, that's right.
There you go.
Yep.
Don't even have to drive to St. Louis,
Don't even have to
get there.
Don't have to drive across Kansas.
You do not.
No.
Yes, thank you. I'm very happy myself to not have to do that. I have to do that. So, Stevens.
Yes.
How is Stevens?
Well, Stevens is fabulous.
Yes,
so
it
I've been here since the summer. I started at the beginning of June, and I've met with so many wonderful staff and administrators, a handful of students who are here over the summer, and then also met with various alums from all over the country because I've also traveled a little bit since I got here to go meet some alums. In fact, I just came back from a visit to LA where I got to meet about 10 wonderful alums, and I think the magic of Stevens is that we have these alums who are all over the country and even outside of the country who are just so willing to stay engaged, not only with the institution, but more importantly with our current students. They just want to find ways for them to connect, for them to expand their professional network and develop as the leaders that we are trying to shape them into here at Stevens. So
it is a very unique.
It is.
An amazing network.
Yes.
It really is. I mean, from my short time, 2 years at Stevens, I got a chance to see a little bit of that, and it's an amazing network.
It really is. It's very powerful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very powerful. And so what has been your favorite part so far?
I think my favorite part is just the overall culture of Stevens. I mean, we have this, we have a vibrant, small but mighty community. And I was surprised because I actually had not heard of Stevens when I was first contacted by a recruiter to look at this role. And I read about the mission, the history of the institution, and I thought, how do I not know about this? Like it's completely aligned with my professional and personal values, and what a magical sounding place on paper. And then I thought, well, the reality is typically not the same as whatever you see online, right? And that was not true. It really is. So every place I went, then I would start talking about Stevens, and people, it was like 2 degrees removed, really, only 2 degrees. There's usually just 2 people in between somebody that I'm talking to and somebody that knows someone who went to Stevens or was somehow transformed by Stevens. And that's the other magic about Stevens, is that everybody has a story of transformation through Stevens, whether they're a student or they're an employee. And even community members that have somehow been touched by Stevens just because of its place in Columbia, they have stories of transformation. So I still get the tingles, you know.
And you guys right now have so many wonderful things going on.
Yes.
I mean, like the things you're doing in workforce development right now.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're very excited about that, and we hope we keep getting funding for that because a lot of that is dependent on grants. But we know that, both the federal government and the state are eager to support workforce development. And one of the things that people will get confused by pretty easily is that, we've been a women's college since 1833. But we do offer several gender-inclusive programs. So all of our workforce development, anything that's related to a certificate or an apprenticeship or something like that, actually has to be gender inclusive.
Yes.
So while we may have a focus on women and empowering women, we're open to anybody of any gender identity for our workforce development. Same with our graduate and professional programs.
Yes.
And then our conservatory is actually established as a separate unit from our women's college, and that houses all of our performing arts, and that's completely gender inclusive as well. So we have a campus, community, and classroom environment. It doesn't matter what subject you're studying. That starts, though, with the premise that every student has inherent value, that every student has the ability to grow and develop and to learn. And there is reduced stereotype threat at the door, I guess I will say, where people don't have to think because of my gender or because of my race or my age or whatever that I am somehow less worthy than somebody else of an education and success in life. So
Yeah. Which is a great place to start, isn't
yes,
it?
it is. Yeah.
It's the best place to start.
It is.
It's the best place to start.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most this year?
Well, the students. So I just got to, I recently hosted a dinner for student leaders on campus. And it was just, I know I keep using the term magical, but it was very invigorating. It was energizing. And, the students bring a new energy, and it's a very dynamic one because every day is different and every day changes. But I will just tell you the energy in that room and their commitment to leading their peers was palpable, not only to me, but also to the senior staff who were in the room, to the deans who were in the room. And I know there's just more of that to come as the students really start to get excited and be present on campus. We've got our 4 athletic teams with the Stevens Stars. We have all of the performances that we will show both in our playhouse, but then also in the warehouse theater that the students run. We have our annual Health Sciences Fair. We're going to be partnering with the True False Film Festival again, so we'll be hosting some of those films on our campus. And we really want the community to be able to see us as a place that's really a cultural hub, an intellectual hub, not just for our students and for our Stevens employees, but for the larger community. And so we're hoping to be able to do some more partnership with community leaders, with small business owners to host more things on our campus that draw the community in.
That's really good to know. That's good to know. Yeah. I mean, a community resource.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, because Stevens, look where it sits. It's right there, right in the middle. Yes.
Yeah, and let's not forget the fact that, strangely, we have an 18-acre equestrian facility.
Absolutely.
Right, which is very unique for an urban campus.
I mean, truly.
Yes.
Truly unique.
Yeah.
More people should know about that.
That's right.
Well, maybe we need to bring our cameras out.
And I think we should definitely do that.
Somebody just said, we should do it on site. Maybe we could get you on a horse. I don't know if you get me on a horse, but...
Oh, we can do it. Or at least next to one. How about next to one?
Next to one sounds better. Next to one sounds better. Okay, we can work on that. Dr. Lundeen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.